Hello friends, today we will explore the Tuareg people and their culture. They are unique as it's a matriarchal culture where women own the house, and groom moves in bride house after marriage. When you hear about Tuareg tribe, it makes you think of the desert, of sand that stretches out far, far away, never seeming to end. These are the children of the Sahara. And you know what? Niger is a special part of their ancestors' land. It's a land that's beautiful but also has a very strong sun. The Tuareg call themselves Kel Tamashek, which means speakers of Tamashek, their ancient language. These are people who are always on the move like nomads. Their lives are tied to the ways of the desert. The wind writes their stories on the sand dunes and the stars are their constant friends and guides. Some people think the word Tuareg means those forgotten by God. Maybe that's a harsh name. But they call themselves Imohag or Imashagen, which means the free people. And they say this name with a lot of pride. Their family line comes from the Berber people of North Africa. Their history is very long, kept safe in pictures drawn on desert rocks. They are the brave guardians of the old caravan routes. The Tuareg people have their own special way of writing, called Tifinagh. It reminds us of old languages and shows they are unique. Niger holds a special place in the hearts of the Tuareg people. Here, the mighty air mountains rise up from the sand. Oases, which are like green islands in this huge desert, are very precious for life. Living in this place is always a tough job. To tell you the truth, water here is more precious than gold. The Tuareg people have amazingly learned to live in this environment. They understand the tough language of the desert. Summers are like fire, and in winter it can sometimes get very, very cold. The desert tests their courage, but they always stay strong. Stories of their bravery and endurance are famous. When you see them, you can't forget them. They look so different. The men are famous for their blue veils, called tagelmust. That's why they are called the blue people of the Sahara. The deep blue color often rubs off onto their skin. It becomes a part of them, a mark of who they are. Their ways and customs are very grand. It's like you can see the wide desert sky in their eyes. There's something special about them that shows their freedom and ancient patience. Truly, they are wonderful to see. The Tuareg people call their home an ehan. It's their special kind of tent, a safe place for them out in the wild desert. These tents are made from goat hair or sometimes from strong mats made of palm leaves. It's a safe shelter. It keeps out the hot sun and protects them from the strong, sharp desert winds. It's simple to look at, but it works really well. The ehan is easy to take down and move, which is super important for their way of life, always moving around. This tent is like the heart of a Tuareg family. It keeps them warm during the cold desert nights and cool during the super hot days. It's a real symbol of their life on the move. The clothes of the Tuareg people are both useful and beautiful. The men wear their special headscarf called a tagelmust. It's not just a simple face covering. It does a great job protecting them from sandstorms and the harsh desert sun. It's also a sign of being a man, and it's often dyed a beautiful deep blue color. The women wear beautiful flowing clothes, usually in dark colors like deep blue, black, or dark red. Silver jewelry is very popular. The women wear lovely necklaces, bracelets, and earrings. These designs show off their amazing skills. Their clothing really shows how well they've learned to live in the desert. The food of the Tuareg people fits right in with where they live. It's simple, but it gives them the energy they need. Milk is a big part of their diet, mostly from goats and camels. Dates, which are sweet and give lots of energy, are eaten often. Whenever they can, they grow grains like millet and wheat. Meat, usually from goats or sheep, is saved for special times or when they have guests. Tea isn't just a drink, it's a really important tradition. They call it ate. They serve tea 3 times, and each time it tastes a little different and has a different sweetness. It's a big part of how the Tuareg people welcome guests. The desert, in its own special way, gives them what they need to live. Music and poetry are super important in Tuareg culture. The tinder drum is a key part of their music, and it's often the women who are the main musicians and singers. Their songs tell stories of love and bravery, and they sing about the beauty and the tough parts of living in the desert. The imzad is a special kind of one-stringed violin played by the women. Its haunting, beautiful tunes drift across the sands. Their poetry traditions are strong and very much alive today. Telling stories out loud is how they pass down their history to the younger ones. Stories and old wise sayings are kept alive by telling them, not by writing them down. The desert nights often echo with their beautiful music. Their culture is rich and full of wonderful sounds. In Tuareg society, men traditionally had special jobs. They were known as strong warriors, skilled traders who travelled ancient paths, and hard-working herders. Men guided camel caravans across the vast Sahara, and they protected these important trade routes. They took care of camels, goats, and sheep. They know a lot about the desert. They can find their way using the stars and the sand. They are seen as the protectors and providers for their families and tribe. They have big responsibilities and are highly respected. In Tuareg society, women are highly respected. They often have a higher status than women in other cultures nearby. What's really interesting is that the family tent, the ihan, actually belongs to the women, and they often manage the family's property and belongings. Women are mainly responsible for raising the children and their early education. They are the keepers of cultural traditions and stories. Many Tuareg women are educated. They can read and write the Tifinagh script. They have a lot of influence in the family and the tribe. They are truly the backbone of Tuareg society. Their opinions are valued and people listen to them. The social structure of the Tuareg people is very interesting. In some ways, family lines and inheritance pass down through the mother. For example, family and what you inherit are sometimes traced through the mother's side. Traditionally, Tuareg society had different classes. There were nobles, their followers and artisans, and each group had its own jobs and social standing. Even with these different classes, there's a strong feeling of community. Important decisions are often made together, and a council of elders plays a big role in how things are run. Wisdom and experience are very respected. Their social structure is complex and special. Horses and camels are at the heart of Tuareg life and who they are. Camels are often called the ships of the desert. They are super important for travelling in this big dry land. They give milk, meat and hides. Camels are a sign of wealth and a way to survive. Horses, even though they're not used as much for everyday travel, are very highly valued. Tuareg horses are raised for their speed, strength and beauty. They are a big part of festivals and important ceremonies. The Tuareg people have a deep, almost spiritual connection with their animals. They're not just belongings, but partners in the journey of life. The Tuareg people's hospitality is famous all over the Sahara. It's done with an open heart, with warmth, and it's just part of who they are. In their culture, a guest is thought of as sacred. They are given tea, whatever best food is there, and shelter. This hospitality is even for strangers, sometimes even for old enemies. Sharing whatever they have is a matter of honor for them. This tradition of welcoming others runs very deep. It's a big part of their character. They open their hearts and homes. They welcome tired travelers coming from the harsh desert. This shows their great spirit. Festivals and gatherings are lively times in Tuareg life. The Kurasali festival, which happens every year in Niger, is a very important event. It's a very big gathering of nomadic herders. Tuareg people come from far and wide. There is music, dancing and camel races. There are beauty contests for both men and women. These festivals are very important for meeting people, trading and renewing old friendships. Weddings are also grand events. They include feasts, music and traditional customs that last for many days. These events make family ties stronger and bring joy and colour to the desert scene. Modern times have brought big changes and challenges. Political borders made by outside powers now divide their old lands. This makes it hard for them to move around as nomads. Climate change is a harsh reality. The desert is growing and there's less space for their animals to graze. Losing these traditional lands puts a lot of pressure on their way of life. Many Tuareg people are having to change. Some are forced to live in cities, looking for new ways to make a living, often far from the paths of their ancestors. They face very big problems. Their ancient way of life is in danger. Still, the Tuareg people show great courage and an ability to adapt to new situations. They are finding new ways to survive and do well. Some are working in tourism, sharing their culture with visitors. They sell their beautiful silver jewelry and leather goods. There's a strong movement to keep their unique music alive. Their language and spoken traditions are being saved. Education is becoming more important for the new generations. They are trying to find a balance between honoring their rich traditions and dealing with the challenges of modern times. The spirit of the free people, the Imohag, lives on. Their future is an ongoing journey on the shifting sands. They face it with courage and dignity. Please don't forget to subscribe to Dream with Ambassador Shahid, and thank you for watching.